Hi guys, welcome back to Relatable Girl. My name is Kendra Saunders. If this is your first time on my channel, I am the author of the Alien Pop Star series as well as some other novels. I am the owner of Half Lucid Jewelry. I am a YouTuber here talking mainly about living with severe allergies, but also about my life here in New York City and all the weird and crazy and fun stuff that comes along with that. If you are new here, I would suggest you hit the subscribe button. Check out some of the other videos that I have. I have some playlists where I have lists of, my videos that are allergy related, my videos that are related to celebrity encounters here in New York. I'm going to be working on putting together some other playlists soon as well. For now, take a look through the videos, see if there's anything else you want to check out. I have been needing to make this video for a little while, and it's kind of in a way sad to talk about. In another way, it's totally exciting to talk about. It's been a real roller coaster of feelings, and I think the best way for me to explain it to everybody is by doing a video. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I finished the Alien Pop Star series over a year ago, and I finished writing another book called The Dark Order of All Things, which I'm very excited about. It is a really good book, and I, have high hopes for that book. But after finishing that, I took a little bit of a break from writing, and I found that when I tried to dive back into writing, I would feel excited for a little while, and then I would just feel overwhelmed with stress or, the inner critic just like taking over, the imposter syndrome thing. More than that, just so many mental hangups about writing. And I went on another break, tried to come back to it, and I kept facing the same thing. Each time this happened, each time I would try and come back to it, I would be excited about the thing that I was trying to work on, but I would feel a lot of pressure that I know a lot of it was me putting pressure on myself, but it took a long time for me to even feel like writing again. And recently I had a new idea kind of right after I had officially said to myself and to a few of my close friends, I'm going to take a break from writing, like for real, I'm going to take a break. I'm just not going to even think about it. And then I got this idea, I started writing it, I wrote a few chapters, and I just hit the wall with it again, like I have. And the explanation for that is so deep, and I think a lot of it is tied to just creative block and mental illness and depression and all of that stuff, stress. And I don't know what's going to help break through that. I do know that I worked a little on a potential fourth book for the Alien Pop Star series. That was a comforting world to go to. Those were characters that I know and love. And while it was obviously much easier to write about them than it was to write about something new, I still found myself just kind of hitting that wall. It wasn't as bad with that, but then the inner critic is like, well, of course it's not that bad. It's because it's an easy thing to write. Like, you've already done this. Why are you doing another one? So in the midst of all of this pressure and stress and just weird relationship with writing, I have been working on other things creatively. I have really thrown myself into Half Lucid Jewelry. Half Lucid Jewelry has been around now for many years, and I've been making jewelry for almost as long as I've been writing, which stretches back into my childhood. So it's not that this is a new thing, it's just I've never focused on it quite as intensely as I have recently. But recently I have found so much love and excitement and passion in not just making jewelry, but also in doing these really beautiful photo shoots with the jewelry and with props and beautiful backdrops. And I've created these fantastical photos that are the kind of things that I see in my head, but normally can't express because I can't draw, I can't paint. And up until last year, I didn't have a good quality camera. So the ideas that I had in my head just kind of stayed in there. So when I did the first of these photo shoots recently, my friend Charlotte was brave enough to let me take her into Central Park and go crazy taking these just beautiful pictures. And when I saw what I was able to accomplish with, you know, a $10 budget that day, obviously my camera was a huge investment. That was not a $10 camera, but I mean, my budget for that day was maybe $10, you know, and just creativity and a friend that was willing to do whatever crazy thing I had in mind. When I saw the result of that, I have to admit, I was really amazed, and this fire just lit in me that I haven't felt in a very long time. And I've since then done 5 or 6 of these photo shoots just in a short period of time. And it makes me excited to be creative again. It makes me want to get up earlier and squeeze more things into every day. It has made me feel excited about not just creativity, but my life in a way that I haven't felt in a very long time. I feel like I am telling stories again. I'm just doing them through a very different medium, because right now I'm doing it through taking these beautiful photos. And it's also just very special to tie together my mission statement with Half Lucid Jewelry with these pictures. I started making crowns for myself originally because I thought they were so beautiful, and I loved the symbolism of wearing something strong and powerful in your everyday life. And I especially liked the idea of wearing it on your head. I have had 3 head traumas in my life so far, and one of them was a very serious concussion. So, as weird and silly as it sounds, for me, wearing crowns feels a little bit like an armor or a protection around my head. And, you know, it protects me from the things that I've been through before. And it also just makes me feel good. It makes me feel colorful and magical. And I love seeing people smile when they see the crown. There's something about that exchange of energy with somebody when you're like, hey, I love that thing that you're wearing. And you know, they're like, oh, thank you. And there's something really beautiful and human in giving and receiving compliments about something like that. So with Half Lucid Jewelry, I wanted to be able to give that feeling to other people. I love watching a friend put one of the crowns on and just their whole demeanor changes. You know, their posture kind of straightens. They're smiling more, they're laughing more, and they just feel better about themselves. They feel more confident, and it's such a beautiful thing to see. And with these photo shoots, I feel like I'm able to take that and amplify it even more, because I'm able to show people how beautiful they are to the people that care about them and love them, and to take away that message that we're always getting that, you know, we're too ugly, or we're too fat, or we're too old, or we're too whatever. I love that with these photo shoots, I'm able to show people their most beautiful side. And usually it's not in a way of like, you know, glamour shots or something. I very rarely use much makeup for people when I'm doing these photo shoots. It's usually very simple makeup, and it's just all about lighting and angles and flowers and beautiful colors. But most importantly, it's about coming from a place of love. And I don't know, this has been something that has made me excited and happy, and I'm really loving doing it. And a lot of people have asked me, like, when am I going to write a new book? You know, what am I doing about writing? And the honest truth is, I don't know right now. I don't know. I have a very complicated relationship with writing right now. I assume that it will get better, because I've had things like this happen before. Not exactly like this, but, you know, I've been sure of being a writer for over 20 years. Which is a long time. and I have been professionally writing for 10 years. I've already been doing this for a long time, but all I know is right now I honestly am struggling with a block, with feeling discouraged about the state of the books that I already have published, and also unsure of when I'm going to sit down and feel that fire again that makes me want to write, and more importantly, that makes me excited about reading what I've written. And I haven't had that for a little while. I've had it in small bursts, but they haven't lasted. I do believe that I'll come out of this. I don't know if it will be just time or a change in some of my circumstances, or if it will be, you know, finally getting a therapist and working through some mental blocks. I don't know yet. I don't know. I miss writing. I miss the good parts about writing a lot, but I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything right now. I feel like I'm creating worlds through these photos that I'm doing right now and through the jewelry that I'm making. And right now I feel like I'm getting to tell stories, and I love that. So I don't feel like there's anything missing. I feel more guilty that I don't think that something's missing, honestly. I have been joking around with my friend Jackie though that I'm going to, you know, take a little bit more of a break, and then I'm gonna get my mojo back, and the two of us are going to write separate rom-coms inspired by Bill Hader, and like we have to each do our own take on it. So I love that idea. I hope that happens. I hope I'm able to do that. That sounds fun. Like, I want writing to be fun when I come back to it. And I love the books that I have written. I love them more than I can say. And the time that I've gotten to spend with my aliens from the Alien Popstar series has been such an amazing time. And I'm so grateful for everybody who loves them like I have. There have been things that have happened over the last year or so that I know how hard I worked. I know how much time and love I put into that. And I know what's happened. And it's hard sometimes to reconcile those things when you have put so much love into something. Again, it doesn't change how much I love those books. It doesn't change how much I love the things I've written. And I hope it doesn't mean that I'll have to take a really long break. I don't know. I just wanted to tell you guys honestly about this though, because people have been asking, and I feel guilty sometimes when I'm among other writers and they're talking about the things that they're working on, and you know, they're so excited and they're working on more than one book at the same time, or they're finishing something, or they're in the editing phase. And I feel like an imposter, and I don't know if I'm even allowed to be in those writing spaces anymore now because I'm not actively writing. And it's a weird thing. I wanted to talk about that with you. I wanted to kind of clear up what's going on with all of that. And you know, again, I hope very much that soon I will be back to writing, as well as working on all these other fun and wonderful things that I'm doing. But right now I'm finding creative fulfillment in something else, and I have complete control over it, which I think I need for a little while. You know, there aren't like 3 or 4 other things in between me and that creative outlet or how it's distributed to the world. It's just me and my work being given straight to you. So for now, I'm just gonna keep doing that, and I'm gonna focus on making amazing videos here on YouTube and making beautiful jewelry that makes people feel good and doing these amazing photo shoots. If you want to support me right now, the thing that you could do that would honestly help me the most would be to subscribe to this channel. I know that that sounds crazy, but it is true. YouTube gives more creative control to people that have a higher subscriber count. So if you have a YouTube account and you're watching this video, if you haven't subscribed already, it would help me a lot if you would. I want to be able to make great content. I want to eventually be able to have this and my jewelry and my creative life be what I live off of. I would love for that to happen. And for that to happen, we have to grow together. So I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe if you haven't already. It would be awesome. Thank you so much for watching this very long and rambly video. I'm sorry it was so long and rambly, but I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for supporting me through the years in all of the different crazy things that I've done and will do, I hope. So, and you know, if you're struggling with a similar thing, I would say please find the thing that you love, that you feel passionate about. Do the creative thing that you love the most right now. So thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.